Is living alone really all that it's cracked up to be? Especially as you get older, the peace and the freedom sounds really wonderful, but the reality is not even close. My name is Eva. This is Women Blazing Trails, and today I want to share some of the real truths and the reality behind living alone as an older person. The first real truth about living alone as an older person is that when you have emergencies, you can sometimes be a little screwed if especially if you don't have anybody to call. And I'm talking emergencies like not only, something broke in your house, that's the second point, but I'm talking like emergencies like if you fall and hurt yourself, there's nobody there to help you or take you to the hospital. If you maybe you can't get your car started, things like that. When you do have emergencies like that and you're alone, a lot of older people don't have anybody to call or don't have an emergency call number. And I think it's really important to have that in place. Everybody needs at least one emergency contact person. And if their emergency contact person may not be able to help you with exactly the issue that you're having, they might be able to put you in contact with somebody who can help you, or they can call somebody for you. So I think it's really important to try to reach out to a family member or a friend or a neighbor or somebody that you have their number or you can give your number to, so that when you do have emergencies, you can call somebody to help you. This is really, really important. And I feel that many people over 60 do not have an emergency contact number, and that is very important to have, especially in the case of medical emergencies. If you've fallen, let's say you've fallen down your stairs and you've broken your hip or something, or you broke your kneecap, or you did something really, really damaging, if you can drag yourself to the phone, that's great, and just call somebody. But when you live alone, you're dependent on literally having to find your phone and calling somebody. So that's one of the main issues. And I put that as number one because that is a main issue. Living alone is that if you fall and break something, or if your car won't start or something, you're on your own, and it can be a little frustrating. I know, especially for me, because I do live in Guatemala and I do live alone. I have a hard time saying, "Oh shit, something happens, who am I going to call?" So I do have an emergency contact number and I have all my ducks in a row, but I encourage you to do that. It's very important to do that, because the alternative, let's put it into perspective for you. If you've fallen, you hurt yourself really bad, and you have nobody to contact or nobody to call, that could be a very serious situation where, if nobody can find you, that's not very good. So you really should have an emergency contact in place. And if you don't have one yet, please do that. Like as soon as you're done watching this video, find an emergency contact person. That's very important. The second thing about living alone over 60, I'm just going to say as an older person, because everybody's idea of older is different. For me, older is over 60. Some people in their 80s will go, "You're not old, you're still young." But that's my perspective. Anyway, so another thing is maintenance or home repairs, which I can do. And my landlord, I have a fantastic landlord. When things break, I can just say, "Hey, Carlos, can you come and fix this? Or can you come and fix that?" But sometimes Carlos isn't always here, and I'm left to fend on my own and figure out how to fix things that break. Or sometimes I break things and I got to fix them myself. So maintenance and home repairs kind of suck when you live alone, because you have to rely on the help of others. If you don't know how to fix something, I don't know how to fix everything. Sometimes when things break, I have to call somebody like, okay, I seriously need somebody to help me fix this. And that's kind of shitty. And a lot of the times when you have to call somebody to fix something, it can kind of be expensive. It can add up, right? So, it's great to have a friend that you can call to come over and fix things that will do it free of charge, or you just cook them a nice dinner or something. But yeah, maintenance and home repairs, that kind of thing. When things break and you're alone, it can be kind of shitty, especially if it's something really important and you have to scramble to try to find somebody to fix it. And let's say it's a Sunday afternoon and there's nobody around to fix it or nobody to call to fix things. So for me, that's a really frustrating thing. I can fix a lot of things myself, but they're like I can't fix a toilet. I can't fix plumbing or electrical stuff. I got to call somebody for that. So that's kind of frustrating when you're living alone. The third thing that's kind of frustrating for me, it is anyway, is cooking for one because I like to cook and I like to cook and entertain. And when I say entertain, I don't mean have a group of 100 people here at my house having a big fancy dinner. Just entertain, like, to cook for somebody other than myself. I like to have dinner with other people. I don't want to just eat by myself every night. And it can be kind of lonely. And I know some people don't mind doing that. Some people love having dinner by themselves. They don't like that. They don't have to worry about cooking for others. They just cook for themselves and they're perfectly happy with that, which is great. But some of us get lonely at dinner time, like me. Like I would love to have dinner conversation and just chill and have a nice dinner with somebody. And I love cooking. I'm not a great cook, but I love to cook. Then have a coffee or a tea or something after some dessert. It's just nice to have that company and that dinner with somebody. So anyway, so the way I alleviate that problem is that I will have my landlord over for dinner. But once a month, I call, hey, Carlos, I'm making this. Come on over. He's come over here. He's brought pizza over. So, or I will go out. I'll call up. I have a friend here that I'll call her and we'll go out for dinner. It's not the same, but it alleviates that, lonely at dinner time, if you will. But it would be nice to have somebody here for dinner. So that for me, living alone and eating alone, it's kind of not depressing. I hate to use the word depressing. It's just lonely. I can't describe it any other way. That's a hard one for me. And it just makes me feel lonely. The fourth thing about living alone over 60 is when you want to watch movies or want to, just watch some cool Netflix stuff. I'm always watching TV by myself. Like, every single night. And that gets boring and old. Like, I would love to have company to watch, a good horror movie with, or just to watch, a good special on TV or whatever the case may be. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is not having somebody to watch a movie with, and not even like a special someone where you cuddle up on the couch, but just somebody to watch a movie with and have popcorn with, and then pause the movie and then talk about it. I miss that. That's one thing that I really miss. And the last thing about living alone over 60 is that I find personally for myself, and I don't know if this is for a lot of people over 60, I've really become like a big introvert. Like, I really don't go out much anymore. I go out, like I go to the gym and I do my workout, and then, I don't really talk to anybody when I go to the gym, and I go to the market and I have Spanish class, but that's not really social interaction. That's like, exercising, go to the market, buy my shit, and I have Spanish class, and that's just learning. So I found that I've become an introvert and I've really withdrawn, and I don't really have a big social circle anymore or a lot of friends. And that's by choice. I feel like as I got older, I have less tolerance and less patience for a lot of stuff. And so I've just removed myself from a lot of friendships that I used to have. And I guess I can see now in hindsight that they weren't really friendships, more just acquaintances. People over 60 who tend to withdraw and don't have a lot of friends, they become less social, but that is actually pretty damaging, or well, not damaging. It can harm your mental health. I mean, it can be damaging to your mental health because as you withdraw and as you become less and less social and stop seeing people and having like a routine. Wednesdays it's lunch with Lisa. Saturdays I'm going to have dinner with Susan. Maybe Sundays we have, group get-togethers with all the girls. When you withdraw and you don't have those anymore, you become less social and you become more withdrawn. You become can lose touch with reality and the day-to-day functions of what's going on, not only in your house but around you. The news, the what day is it today, did I take my medicine? Your cognitive functions can decline because you're not active mentally anymore. So that's really important. And I feel it's really important to maintain some sort of social interactions or social connections. I mean, I talk to my sisters every day, which is fun and cool. And I talk to my son, a couple of times a week. But I feel it's important to try to step out or call somebody even once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to say, hey, Mary, do you want to go to the market? Do you want to go to the flea market? Do you want to go have dinner? Do you want to go for a walk? Let's go for a hike. I feel it's really important to not isolate yourself so much because it can lead to depression. And that's not, I mean, that's, we just don't want that to happen. So those are 5 of the top things I find that happen to people, older people. And some of these things can be very not damaging. They're dangerous, especially the medical emergency one. That's a dangerous thing, and you need to have an emergency contact in place. So yeah. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Let me know down below if this resonated with you. If you had those aha, yes, Eva moments throughout this video. Don't forget to. I'm going to drop some links down below, so please don't forget to check out the description box. Check out the links down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Commenting and sharing and liking are probably the 3 most important things. And I upload twice a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. I do lives on Friday evening, 6 p.m., 5 or 6 p.m. CST. And I upload random shorts throughout the week. So please subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch y'all back here on the next video. I love you. Bye for now.